Hey, I'm going to do a Game of Thrones tag. I've been fighting my allergies all day, so I don't know how I'm going to sound on this, but we shall see. I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. But anyway, I went looking for this tag because I am so excited this weekend that the new season is going to be on. I mean, I'm upset that it's the very last season of Game of Thrones. I mean, what are we going to do? What are we going to do without Game of Thrones? I guess we'll survive. But I'm so excited about it. I went looking for a Game of Thrones tag the other day, and if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry. I'm going to put her link below, but I found it at, it's either a Leslie or a Lizzie. I found it at her channel, and I decided that I would do it too. This was before I noticed that, like, I think other people are doing the Game of Thrones tag now, but this was before that. Yesterday, when I looked for it, and I didn't end up doing the video yesterday, and then I tried to do it this morning and messed that up, so this is my next attempt. Okay, so here goes. Game of Thrones tag. How did you discover the show? My husband. My husband is the one that got me into Game of Thrones. What was the first scene that you saw? The first episode, the beginning scene in the first episode, probably the credits where all those kingdoms are coming up off of the map of Westeros. Okay, number 3. Who is your favorite house apart from the Starks and the Lannisters? Okay, that would be House Targaryen. Who is your favorite character from the House of Stark? Jon Snow. Who is your favorite character from the House of Lannister? That would be Tyrion Lannister. He's like the only character that really didn't do... No, I was going to say that he hasn't done anything despicable. I don't feel bad that he killed his father, but killing his woman, that was kind of a crime of passion. I didn't like that, but before I remembered that, I was about to say he's like the only one in the whole show that didn't do something despicable. Okay, but I like Tyrion Lannister. He is my favorite character from the House of Lannister. Who is your favorite character, male and female? Male would be the Hound, and female would be Daenerys. Who is your least favorite character? Well, I didn't know if this counted dead or alive, so I put both. My least favorite character of all time is tied between Joffrey, Ramsay, and the Sparrow. And if I were to pick somebody that I did not like at all, that was alive, it would be that grandmother of Marjorie. I don't like her. I mean, she let Sansa take the fall for what she did to kill Joffrey, and she didn't have any remorse about it. She acts all self-righteous, like, you know, she's better than everybody, but she's just as bad as all the other nasties. Okay. What are your thoughts about the series? Okay, I have some thoughts. Look out, because here we go. First thought that I want to get off my chest is Hodor. I really think that they screwed over Hodor. I feel like nobody really gave a shit about him. I feel like, you know, all the sacrifices that he made, that he was destined to make for Bran, it wasn't appreciated. They seemed to just forget about him. They just expected him to hold the door. They didn't care what happened to him. And they didn't think twice about him. And you know what? That really sucks. Poor Hodor. And I bet you this season they act like he didn't even exist. I bet you nobody even feels guilty or anything like that. So this poor dude's whole life was just to die for Bran. Huh. Not... Poor dude. Okay, now, some of my other thoughts are that, okay, Melisandre. This bitch, I'm sorry, but I don't care if she did it for her religion or for her beliefs. A lot of people seem to when they like a character, or when they think they're supposed to like a character for whatever reason, they make excuses for the character. And I've heard it a lot. Just because she brought Jon Snow back to life, people are trying to, you know, make excuses for her. She was the cause of a dear sweet little girl burning alive. She was the main cause. And she should be punished for that. She should get something for that. I don't care that she brought Jon Snow back to life. Okay, good, but punish her in some way. If you're going to say that it's okay what she did, oh well, she was just doing it for her religion, well then you have to excuse what every religion in the world does in the name of their religion then. Think about that. Okay, that really, really bothers me. That poor child, I know it was only a TV show, but I was so sick when I was watching that scene. What made it even worse was the mother, who acted like she hated her the whole time, finally realized that she didn't, and she wanted to stop it. She was screaming no, and they had to hold her back, and it was too late. Too late. And that was just so, that made it all the more heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. And I'm so glad that that little girl's dad got killed, because there is just no excusing that. None whatsoever. Good riddance to you. And I think Melisandre should be punished too. I mean, that poor sweet girl. I was shaking, getting sick, crying, and my husband's like, calm down, it's only a show, are you alright? Calm down. No, I was not alright. That really, really upset me. So that just goes to show you the good acting that's on that show, if it could get me feeling like that. I kind of was hoping that they would let that little girl stay alive in the show, because I was thinking she had that disease that Daenerys's right-hand guy, for the time being, got. I mean, I know he ended up, you know, having, you know, letting her down and being banished and all of that, but he got that disease that seems to be the same one that the little girl had. And my thinking was that they somehow managed to get it stopped. Even though she still had it on her face, they stopped it. So I thought that somehow he was going to meet up with them and find a way to, you know, stop his progression of the disease that he has. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. I'm sure somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the same one, and they could have went that way with the story. That was just so heartbreaking. So those are some thoughts that I have. I could go on and on, trust me, forever. I mean, I really need to get somebody to have some Game of Thrones discussions with. Okay. If you could be one of the characters, who would you be and why? Daenerys. Because, I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous. Okay? I wouldn't mind looking like her. That blonde hair. And I feel like, even though she can be really, really ruthless at times, I liked her character development. She was really, really like weak at the beginning, and she was just like this little flower, you know, that was being mentally abused by her brother, and she didn't have any choice. And look at what a strong character she's become. She's a leader, and she's one of the dragon riders. So I'd like to be her. I want to ride a dragon. I think that'd be fun, to be in control of a dragon and ride a dragon. Okay. What is your favorite episode? My favorite episode is that one when the Night King was like on the coastline with the White Walkers on the shore there, and first you see that badass giant knocking the White Walkers off of him. That was cool to begin with, but then they're all on the shore as Jon Snow and them are like floating away. That was really, really awesome. So I'd say that that was my favorite episode. Who is your Game of Thrones crush? Jaime Lannister, if you're looking for who's still alive. But before he got killed, the Red Viper was my crush. I thought that his character was awesome. Alright, what are you most looking forward to in the upcoming season? I'm looking forward to the Hound and Arya reuniting. I like the relationship between those two. And I think that Arya really, really misses the Hound. I do believe that. Okay, because remember when she was with that guy and he was training her and she said she didn't care about the Hound? He whipped her or something and said, I think he whipped her, but he was like, liar. Like he could tell that she was lying about that. So that'll be a cool reunion if it happens. I also would like to see the Hound kill his brother, the Mountain. I don't know if he can be killed because now he seems to be like a zombie, but I think that the Hound should be able to get justice for what the Mountain did to him. And anything with the Night King. That Night King is so badass. It's amazing. He reminds me of Pinhead from the Hellraiser series of movies. Okay. Have you read the books? No. Favorite place? King's Landing. And Snog, Marry, and Kill. Okay, I'd like to snog Podrick because prostitutes wouldn't even take his money because apparently he was so awesome and had such a big, you know, he was well endowed. So I think I'd like to snog him. Marry would be Jaime and Kill would be Melisandre. I'm so vengeful against her. Okay. Favorite house sigil. That would be Targaryen. I would have said the one with the sand snakes, but I don't think that that's the original sigil. So I'm going to go with Targaryen, the dragons. Favorite house motto? I like them all. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe House Lannister would be my favorite motto. Favorite outfit? Everything and anything that Daenerys wears. It's gorgeous. And her interpreter, or that lady that's her assistant, wears some pretty outfits too. Marjorie has also worn some pretty outfits, but I'd say Daenerys would be the one with the favorites. Okay, favorite line? I have two of them actually. Okay. My all-time favorite line was whenever Arya heard people being insensitive about her family and she jumped off the Hound's horse and went slashing everybody to bits, and the Hound just looks at her and goes, "Next time warn me before you do that." That was my favorite. But then the very last episode, shame, shame, shame. I love that. I love that when Cersei said it. Not when it was being done to her, but when she got back at that bitch nun at the end and was saying, shame, shame. I was like, ha ha. See, the thing about this is, and excuse me, like I said, my allergies. You can really, really be behind a person, and then something will happen that changes that, and you'll be against them because you'll think, you know, what they did was god-awful. Or you could really hate somebody and just think that they are horrible, but then something happens to them and you kind of like empathize with them. I really felt bad for Cersei. I know I shouldn't have because she's a royal you-know-what, but the way she was treated like an animal, I guess anybody being treated like that, I would feel sorry for them. I was kind of hoping that that would like change her and make her a nicer person, but no, it didn't. She's right back to being the same old nasty that she was before. But the thing about Game of Thrones is that with the writing, they do that to you. They make you change like who you're for and who you're against. So that's what happened with Cersei. And I just felt like, even though she's a horrible, horrible person, I just felt like that nun deserved what she got. I mean, I hated that nun. Just like I felt like the Sparrow got what he deserved. But of course, innocent people were killed along with the sparrow, and, you know, along with the nun. But I just bring that up to let you know how, you know, your mind can change about different things. You know, one character you think is like a total hero, they could do something that you're like, I'm not sure that I like that. That makes me like that person a little less. If that makes any sense at all. And like now they're trying to do it again with Melisandre, and it's not working with me. I'm not buying it. I'm not gonna see her as a good guy. I'm just not. That poor little girl. She was like the sweetest character on the whole show. Well, listen, I had a good time doing this Game of Thrones tag, and anybody else who would like to do it, I put it out there to you. Go for it. I'm going to put that Alizé or Alizé, I apologize if I don't say her name correct, but I'm going to put her link down below in the description box. And I'll probably put, well, I might put the questions down there. Yeah, I'll put the questions down there too, if you guys would like to do it. And, you know, hey, I'm up for discussing Game of Thrones with anybody. I'm very passionate about that show, so I can't wait. It's just a day away. I cannot wait. All right, thanks for coming by.